Welcome to My Decadent Life. My name is Jennifer. Today I'm going to be using the Ilia Cool Nudes eyeshadow palette, and we're going to be trying the gorgeous new highlighters that I recently got, so stick around to the end. So on our eyes today we're going to be using the Ilia, the Cool Nude palette, and it looks like this. I definitely get the idea of the cool nude. However, I think most people would look at this and probably say that it's berry or purple or kind of mauve toned, but I totally feel like that makes sense to call it a cool nude palette. So this color down in the corner, Unravel, I feel like has maybe a little bit of warmth to it. It's berry, but I know that there's, you know, some red undertone in that. This color above it is called Just. Very mauve. And then this one here, oops, wrong side. We'll go over here. This is going to be like your kind of matte highlight color. That one is called Infinity. And then coming back over here, we have, oh, sorry, Undo. I'm running out of fingers. And then we have Teardrop. And last and not least is Overcome on the bottom. And this one is a shimmery again, but a deep shimmer. And that looks like that. So there is some swatches for you. To prep my eyes today, I'm going to be using the Thrive Causemetics. This is the Eye Lift 360 degree waterproof primer. And this does have some, they say, like eye lifting properties to it. And I definitely feel like my brow bone is getting just a little bit droopier as I get older. I turned 36 in November. It says that this is crease-proof, smudge-proof, color-boosting canvas with this age-defying primer. So, I have not noticed any problems feeling, you know, like sensitive to this product or anything like that. It feels very gentle. And I even like to put a little bit underneath. Now, it doesn't offer much for pigment canceling. So, like my eyelids are pretty red. I feel like it gives just a little bit of a blurred effect, but I will still put just a little bit of the PYT concealer on my lids, because that is my favorite way to just sort of cancel out any excess redness on my eyelids. So I just have my PYT concealer in this little pan down here. I take the tiniest bit. I actually don't love this as a concealer on my skin because it just needs to really be warmed up so much. And when I go in under my eyes, I just find that it is too texture showing on the underneath of my eyes. But I do really like it on my eyelids. I find that because it is almost, I don't want to say a dry formula, that isn't really right, but tacky enough, it works really good as a eyeshadow base. Take a big fluffy brush. My biggest fluffiest brush is my Wayne Goss number 16. I use this guy a ton, and what I want to do is go into this color right here, Infinity, and I'm just going to tip my head back a little bit and almost just set right above where like my natural socket is. Have any harsh edges right there. Because of how I'm heavy right here, if I get a line, it's really hard for me to buff that out. And then we're going to go into the color right underneath that, and that is the color called Just. I'm going to go with the Wayne Goss. This is the number 3. And again, I'm going to tip my head back just a little bit. I'm going to take my Referral number 15. This is just a little bit more dense and a tiny bit smaller. And I'm going to keep this color really cool. So we're going to avoid this guy today, but we're going to go in with Teardrop. And I'm just going to put that underneath where I buffed in that, you know, more crease tone. And again, I like to just, because I don't want to be lifting my eyes so much because I'm really trying to work on this wrinkle right here, just tilt my head back a little bit. And I think I'm going to concentrate the outer corner and take just a little bit more and kind of do a V and pull that in on that bottom edge. So one of the tips I like to do is keep my brushes flat in front of me, and I keep them in the order that I applied. So then when I'm done with that darker color, I can grab that next and I can buff, and then I can grab the other and buff through there. And I just sort of keep them a little bit cleaner that way. And I just find it a little bit easier to work with if I kind of keep a little bit of order to my brushes. I'll grab this guy right here. This is the Referral number 1. You could definitely use this for like a brow bone highlight, but I think it'll work good in this little bit more shimmery dark color down here. And again, that one is called Overcome. So I'm just going to pick that up, and then I'm going to, yep, just sort of stamp it on the outside and then feather it in. Since that's more shimmery, I don't really want to take it up and into my crease so much, but because my lid is heavy, it usually ends up melting together anyway, so that's not such a big deal. Now I typically love using my finger to apply shimmer shades like this one. However, I sometimes find it hard to work cleanly in the corner of my eye. I'm going to use this one from Urban Decay. This really did just come in, I think, an Urban Decay like palette I had forever ago, but honestly, this brush has worked really good. It picks up product phenomenally. So, okay, now I'm going to grab a little tiny little pencil brush. This is the Referral 03, and I'm going to go into this color here, Teardrop. And I don't do well wearing a wing because I don't really have like a nice solid level here coming out from my eye, but I will with shadow kind of just flick it up to kind of help to elongate that. There wasn't much for fallout, but I like to sometimes just take a clean, damp beauty blender, and instead of using any more product under my eye, because I have it moisturized, I don't really want to like rub that moisturizer off or put more product underneath there. I'll just take that little edge and just sort of swipe just to crisp that up a little bit more. Okay, so what we're gonna do for our base. I'm really happy with how my skin is looking right now. I have a couple blemishes on my chin and a couple guys around my eyes, but honestly, I feel really comfortable with my skin tone. So I ordered just this cute little sample of the Suntegrity Impeccable Skin, and this is in the color Buff, and I ordered this from the Suntegrity website. And I think this was like $6-ish or $7. This is an expensive product, even this little guy, but honestly, this is so great. I would totally splurge on the large side because I really am liking this, but this was a great way to try this product. But what I did find is I liked to really like work it into my skin. This is an SPF of 30, and this is a zinc oxide, and I believe, yep, 15% zinc oxide. You need to make sure you're using enough sunscreen to protect your skin. So I have sometimes seen in videos where people are like, oh, a little bit goes a long way, but when you're talking sunscreen, you want to make sure that you're covering your skin. You can, either put out like a whole, so you can kind of measure, I think 1/4 teaspoon for your face and neck is appropriate. I'm probably not going to run it all the way down my neck because I'm just home today and I don't really want to waste any. But I kind of find that if I pump it all out, I don't want to say that. I almost maybe do waste a little bit. And if I kind of go in with like a pea-sized appropriate amount for the right spot on my face, that seems to work best for me. So I'm going to just start by working it in. And I like to work it in. When I first started putting it on, I was like, ooh, I feel like that might be dewier than I want. Not that dewy is bad. I love my Beautycounter Dew Skin, but in the winter, I feel like I need something that's just a little bit more matte, because dewy doesn't always mean more moisturizing or hydrating. I know that it seems like it would, but I actually feel like creamy is better for me in winter and dewy is better for me in summer. Does that make any sense? So I'm going to bring this down my chin so you guys can see the coverage where I am more red. It covers really pretty good. I'm really impressed. Okay, so there is my skin covered. I love the coverage with this. I'm super impressed. I have not concealed any other spots, so this is the coverage I got just from working the Suntegrity Impeccable Skin in the color Buff into my skin, and I do work it in, and I didn't use a brush or a beauty blender or anything else. So I'm going to do a little bit of concealing. I recently purchased the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealers. I got 2 colors. I love having more of like a brightening and then also more of a skin tone matching. I think I did pretty good. I chose Yucca, and that is considered light medium with neutral warm undertones, and I think that that will be okay and it'll be beautiful in the summer. It might be pushing it a little bit in this winter weather for me, and I haven't been doing any like self tanning or anything. And then my highlight color, I chose Chicory, which is the second lightest color, light with golden undertones. And just for reference, the lightest is Arrowroot Fair with neutral undertones. And I think I've heard people comment that they almost think that there maybe needs to be one lighter. You know, maybe there needs to be like a fair with more pinky undertones, but I can't really speak on that. And I have not actually tried these on my face. I have just buffed into my hand. So let's grab Yucca and just dab a little bit on and see what we're working with here. I think that might be okay. So we're just gonna dab those on, and then I'm gonna grab that lighter color, and I'm just gonna do a little goes. I've really been liking this Eco Tools. This was like a jewel beauty, what do they call it? Beauty sponge. I don't even know what they call their. I should probably have known that before I started. I love to use this corner for just getting right in under this eye. A lot of times I find that when I go in like this, because the sponge comes out, I end up highlighting the area next to my eye, which I actually, or the next to my nose like that, which I actually don't want that area to be highlighted. So far, I'm really liking what this is doing under my eyes. And I'm just going to blend these out. I have the Salt New York palette here, upside down, Salt New York, and these beautiful, these ones down here are from Kiki. These are the Organic Skin Co. This is my PYT concealer, and then this is actually, well, it's a little bit of a mix of things, but this is the Contour Bronze from RMS. But I'm loving using this. This is, the color is literally called Contour from Salt New York. And I use it with my Wayne Goss brush. This is actually his foundation brush, but I find that I love it for cream contour. And then of course I'll blend that all through. And I just find that this brush works really good to contour that cheekbone. And then if you need to do a little underneath as well. And then just blend that all out. Okay, now that I'm contoured, and I am still somebody who likes to use a contour color. I feel like especially in the winter time, I feel so pale that I miss the high points, you know, really reflecting that sun a different way. So I do still like to contour and I will still bronze. But one of the things I will do is instead of always bronzing with a bronzer, I will sometimes just bronze with my Ilia. This is the Waikiki Run. So if you were looking for a translucent powder in a little bit of a darker tone, this would be perfect for you. Whether you're just all over a darker skin tone than me, or you're looking for a super subtle bronzer, this is gorgeous. So I'm actually going to grab that palette again, and I'm going to go into this color here called Rose. And I really like to warm up my face with this. And I'm not like super shy about it. I love these. I need more. My contour and my beige highlighter are almost gone. And I love to take it on my forehead. This color Rose is gorgeous. If you're looking for like a more like warm kind of tone blush for a light fair complexion, you can build it up, but it's sheer enough that it's not overwhelming. I mean, look at how gorgeous that is. And it just melts into the skin, and they're very comfortable to wear. And then, just because I want to do just a little kick, we're going to pop a little bit of this one. I believe it's called Raspberry. And I'm just going to do just like a pounce. Yeah. And that has weight, because you can see that, right? Just do like a little and a little. And then I will just take my more clean area and just sort of melt that in. And I'm not afraid when my cream blush gets a little intense, because we all know that once I kind of go in with a little bit of bronzer, it's just gonna kind of disappear anyway. Okay, and so then here's what I was talking about with like Waikiki Run. I will just use this. And this is my Beautycounter fan brush. I love this for this product. So I just put a little bit up in there. And then what I'm essentially doing is setting my face, but on those places where I want to be warmer, I'm using a warmer powder to do it. That might seem a little extra, but when I go into my cheek area with like a really pale translucent powder, it just feels like it diminishes and almost like ashes out everything that I did, and I like to keep that warmth. So I actually got the loose Well People Bio Bright powder in the free gift with purchase from Credo Beauty. So this is what we're going to use to set our under eye and the rest of the parts of our face. And right under here. And then I am going to take a little bit of a bigger brush. This is the Wayne Goss, the big powder brush. I like to kind of, I feel like it just kind of cuts that edge just a little bit. So we're set. And I feel like my skin looks really pretty. What are you guys thinking? I just have to share with you guys, it's so freaking cute. My 4.5-year-old is singing E-I-O. And when she says oink, but when she sings it, like she can say oink, but when she sings it like unk unk. With an unk unk here and an unk unk there. It's probably the freaking cutest thing. I know, because she's my kid. It's so cute. But I'm going to pop back into the Ilia palette. And I just want to, what do I want to do? I want to like a little something. I want a little something more. I'm actually going to go into that more mauve color right here and just bring that down. I'm going to do some black eyeliner from Thrive and my black mascara from Thrive, curl my lashes and come back, and then we'll do the finale. So I just lined my lips with the Thrive Causemetics. This is the color Kackie. I love this color. I've been watching Kackie, well, I feel like since she made her Thrive Causemetics mascara video, because I wanted to try it. I wanted to know if it was worth the money, and she was like one of the only ones who had a video out. So I love that they launched this lip liner and that they named this after her. This is the Kjaer Weis lip gloss in Fascination, and I got this with the Credo 6-piece set, like gift with purchase again. And this is really smooth. I think this will just give a little bit of a hint of extra color. And on to the most exciting part. Well, not, I shouldn't say most, that's not fair to the other things that I'm excited about. The Aether Beauty highlighters. These are so gorgeous. They are not like any other highlighter I have. I really wanted to figure out how to explain this. I've had these for a couple weeks. This is the one called Pink Diamond Dust, and these do have diamond dust in them. Supernova Crushed Diamond Highlighter. And then this is the one that is called Pure Diamond Dust. And this is the one we're going to be using today, but I will swatch the other one. The thing about these is, you know, like when you use a highlighter and you feel like you get a streak, you will not get a streak with these. They are so diffused and almost, well, ethereal, is that the word I would use? Like there isn't a ton of opaqueness to it. It's almost like in the hairdressing world, I would say it's like doing like a gloss on your ends, like a gloss over your highlights or something like that. It is just gorgeous. I hope you're able to see it. Because it isn't like such a opaque highlight, I find that it's a little bit hard to capture how beautiful it truly is on camera, but I'm gonna do my best here. Oh yeah, you can see that going on. Isn't that pretty? I have no shame. I love to just highlight the center of my forehead. And then right over here. It is so pretty. So let's see if I can. Oh yeah. Can you guys see that? And the products are pressed softly, like they're soft in the containers. So I would just recommend being as careful as you can with them. But I find that like when I go to use them, I need to, you know, apply some pressure to get like that payoff on my face, and I'm totally okay with that. It is just a little bit of a learning curve because I feel like the product is so different from some other highlighters I've used before. I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit more. These highlighters are gorgeous. They are truly so different. I know I keep saying that, from anything else I've ever used, and you just have to expect them to be different. And just, that's so pretty. And when you touch them, like you can press in and feel the product be almost like spongy, and you can get that, and like the texture in the pan kind of changes, but the product comes off. And so like with your finger, you can get like a little bit more of a, but even then, it isn't so opaque. It's very translucent, and I think that's part of what makes it so unbelievably beautiful, is that it isn't like a strobe light. Oh, I got a little wild with this one. See, calm down. Don't be so rough. Don't do what I'm doing. And then this one, it's like it has a pink shift to the gold. Not like rose gold. It's like a true gold tone, but I see where the pink comes into play, and I didn't exactly know what to think about that when I first got it, because I'm like, pink, but it's gold. But it has a little bit of a pink kind of tone under it. Before I forget to mention it, I just wanted to touch base on Aether Beauty's sort of like their mission statement. They do not put mirrors in their products so that they're easily recyclable. This little band is able to probably just be either pulled or cut out. And then other than that, just pop out the pan, and maybe even the pan is recyclable, but I actually like to keep my pans. If I actually go through a product, I keep my pans because I love to just make my own like inserts in like magnetic palettes like this. So Aether Beauty is phenomenal when you are talking about sustainability and being eco-conscious. So if that is really up your alley, this company will probably fit your toughest criteria. I know a lot of companies are doing better. Some are doing good, better, and best. And I would say Aether Beauty is definitely at the tip top of sustainability, and they know what they're doing. I just wanted to point that out since I haven't talked about them on my channel before. Okay, so now we're super close. Here is the finished look. I really like how this turned out. I'm really glad I got this palette. I think it's really pretty. I am excited about the new concealers and I'm really excited about this Suntegrity Impeccable Skin. I'm really planning on purchasing a full size. I will probably wait for one of the sites to have a discount code first because it is an expensive product, but it is worth it to me to have sun protection with coverage that is this beautiful. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I know I've been gone for quite a while. We had a really busy holiday season at the salon. I mean, it is just phenomenal. It seems like every single one of your clients wants to get in from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So I just knew I wasn't going to be able to make any videos, but please make sure you're following me on Instagram. I definitely post when I'm getting new products and like little mini kind of review things, and I'm trying to get better at my stories. So come and say hi to me in my stories. I don't have a lot of interaction there, so when I post stuff, it feels like it just kind of goes there to die. So come say hi to me at at Jennifer's My Decadent Life on Instagram, and I would love to see you over there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. A lot of my views are coming from people who are not subscribed, so I would love it if you would subscribe. That way you would be notified of my upcoming videos. So thank you very much, everybody, and I guess that's all I have for you today. Bye-bye.